Of a different kind. Heavy metal legend and reality TV pioneer Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76.
Ozzy Osbourne, the unmistakable Prince of Darkness, has died at 76, his family announced today. Surrounded by loved ones, the British singer whose voice and vision helped invent heavy metal passed peacefully following a years-long battle with Parkinson's disease. Just weeks ago, he delivered a farewell performance at Birmingham's Villa Park alongside the original Black Sabbath lineup, closing the circle in the city that shaped him. Born John Michael Osbourne in 1948, Ozzy rose from Birmingham's factory neighborhoods to worldwide superstardom as Black Sabbath's frontman, unleashing classics like Paranoid and Iron Man. After forging a landmark solo path with hits such as Crazy Train and Mama, I'm Coming Home, he earned 5 Grammy Awards, a Hollywood Walk of Fame star, and a new generation of fans through MTV's The Osbournes. More than a musician, Ozzy Osbourne was a cultural touchstone whose fearless authenticity and enduring spirit reshaped music, and whose thunder will echo for generations. Early life, Birmingham's coal smoke and teenage rebellion. John Michael Osbourne was born December 3, 1948, in Aston, a gritty, working-class district of Birmingham. His parents, Lillian and Jack, struggled to make ends meet. Jack worked double shifts in a metal factory, while Lillian cleaned houses by day and tended bar by night. Young Michael attended Thornbridge Grammar School, but his restless spirit and penchant for mischief led to his expulsion at 15. Disillusioned with formal education, he drifted through odd jobs, loading freight at the docks, cleaning factory floors, and stoking furnaces in the dead of night. Yet music beckoned. At 8, Michael listened with rapture to skiffle and blues records borrowed from neighborhood junk shops. Weeks later, he saved pennies to buy his first battered acoustic guitar. He practiced in cramped council housing bedrooms, teaching himself chords by ear. Evenings found him in dimly lit pubs and youth clubs, watching local R&B bands cover Little Richard and Muddy Waters. Those smoky performances ignited a desire to perform, and he began shouting bluesy covers in amateur outfits, blissfully unaware that his impassioned vocals and raw energy would soon mirror his life's extremes. Black Sabbath emerges, forging heavy metal. By 1968, Birmingham's music scene was bursting with experimentation. Guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward placed an ad seeking a vocalist for their band Earth. Michael Osbourne attended the audition, singing Little Richard's Tutti Frutti and bulldozing through blues riffs. Impressed by his vocal grit and stage charisma, the trio recruited him. Renamed Black Sabbath, after a local horror movie poster, the band honed a darker, heavier sound in a dilapidated church hall above a bingo parlor. Their debut album, Black Sabbath, February 1970. Unleashed Tony's ominous down-tuned riffs, Geezer's brooding bass lines, and Bill's tom-heavy rhythms. Over this machinery, Ozzy's nasal, quivering vocals, equal parts vulnerability and menace, sang of war, corruption, and supernatural dread. Listeners were captivated. Tracks like Black Sabbath, The Wizard, and N.I.B. resonated as anthems for disaffected youth. 7 months later, Paranoid, September 1970, delivered War Pigs, Iron Man, and Paranoid, cementing Black Sabbath as heavy metal's architects. By 1972's Volume 4 and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, they were selling out stadiums once dominated by rock royalty like Led Zeppelin and The Who. Ozzy's on-stage persona, manic leaps, unpredictable riffs, and between-song quips, blurred performer and high priest of metal. He rode drum risers, sprayed screams through fog machines, and even sprinted into the crowd, forging a bond with fans that transcended music. Though he and his bandmates often clashed over money and substance abuse, their pioneering work laid the foundation for countless metal subgenres, from thrash and doom to black and death metal. The Prince of Darkness persona and controversies. As Black Sabbath's fame soared, Ozzy's offstage antics drew tabloid headlines. In 1981, during a record label showcase, Sharon Arden, later his wife and manager, released 2 white doves as a PR gesture. Ozzy, believing they were rubber props, bit their heads off, an act he later said was instinctual. The next year, at a concert in Des Moines, Iowa, he famously bit the head off a live bat thrown on stage, thinking it was part of the show. The media frenzy that followed vaulted Ozzy from rock star to cultural phenomenon overnight. Critics accused him of corrupting youth and even worshipping Satan. Demonstrators burned his records, and some radio stations refused to play Sabbath. Yet Ozzy consistently rebuffed such claims. "I have a big heart," he told interviewers. "I just want to make people smile. The devil? That's show business, an act I do." Behind the sensationalism lay a shrewd understanding of spectacle's power and an unwavering commitment to authenticity. His fearless unpredictability became part of his allure, and fans embraced the contradictions, Ozzy the demonic showman and Ozzy the humbled performer. The Fall and the Phoenix, solo reinvention. By 1979, Black Sabbath's relentless touring, mounting debts, and Ozzy's escalating substance abuse fractured the band. In April, they made the heartbreaking decision to fire their frontman. Ozzy, adrift and addicted to alcohol and heroin, faced what appeared to be an ignominious end. Yet Sharon Arden, son of Sabbath's manager, insisted he could rise again. In 1980, Ozzy assembled a new band featuring guitar virtuoso Randy Rhoads. Blizzard of Oz, September 1980, broke records, Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley married Rhodes's neoclassical solos to Ozzy's candid lyrics on mental health, faith, and existential dread. The album went 5 times platinum, proving Ozzy's star power extended far beyond Sabbath. Tragically, Rhodes died in a 1982 plane crash, leaving Ozzy devastated. Rather than fade, he channeled grief into the haunting Diary of a Madman and pressed on, collaborating with Jake E. Lee and later Zakk Wylde. Albums such as Bark at the Moon, 1983, No Rest for the Wicked, 1988, and No More Tears, 1991, saw Ozzy exploring blues grooves, orchestral textures, and power ballad sincerity, affirming his capacity for reinvention. The Osbournes, redefining celebrity and family life. In 2002, MTV upended the celebrity paradigm with The Osbournes, a reality TV series chronicling Ozzy, Sharon, and their 3 eldest children, Kelly, Jack, and Amy, in their Los Angeles home. Audiences were unprepared for the Prince of Darkness tussling with microwaves, reprimanding his kids with expletive-laden tirades, and obsessively watching BBC wildlife documentaries. The Osbournes averaged over 20 million viewers per episode, won an Emmy for Outstanding Reality Program in 2002, and became MTV's highest-rated show. It humanized Ozzy as a bewildered, doting father and showcased Sharon's steely management acumen. Viewers saw him stumble through daily chores, squeal in delight at toddlers' antics, and share tender moments with grandchildren. The series expanded Ozzy's fan base, introducing him to a generation that might never have touched a Sabbath album. His legendary stage persona blended seamlessly with the relatable chaos of family life, reinforcing the idea that authenticity, imperfection and all, resonates across demographics. Health battles, ATV accident, falls, and Parkinson's. Behind his bravado, Ozzy's body bore deep scars. In March 2003, he nearly died in a quad bike accident at his Tennessee home, fracturing his neck, back, and ribs. Sharon later revealed he had flatlined for over a minute before medics restored his pulse. After a year of surgeries and rehabilitation, Ozzy returned to performing, his survival stories enhancing his mythic status. But age and injuries mounted. A 2019 fall aggravated prior fractures, leading to 3 more operations. In February 2020, he publicly disclosed a Parkinson's disease type 2 diagnosis on Good Morning America, sharing Tremor Act videos and urging fans to donate to research foundations. His trademark humor, "I'm shaking like a rat in a thunderstorm," belied a man confronting mortality and physical decline. Yet Ozzy refused to retire, proclaiming, "Music is what I do, it's the greatest love affair I've ever had." In May 2025's Guardian interview, he admitted each morning brought fresh pain, likening life to living in Doomtown. Still, Sharon insisted on one final concert to restore his purpose, and to allow fans one last chance to salute him. Legends honor a peer, tributes across music. News of Ozzy's passing unleashed an immediate deluge of tributes. Metallica, often hailed as Sabbath's thrash metal heirs, posted a single broken heart emoji next to an archival photo of Ozzy with James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich. Guns N' Roses guitarist shared backstage selfies, writing, "Your spirit was as wild as your stories, rest in power." Slayer's Kerry King called Ozzy, "the thunder that preceded us all," while Lamb of God's Randy Blythe credited Sabbath's riffs for shaping his band's ferocity. Beyond metal, Sir Elton John shared a photo of the two legends laughing over cocktails, praising Ozzy's boundless warmth and wit. Rapper Post Malone posted a tearful video performing "Mama, I'm Coming Home," thanking Ozzy for his guidance. Country star Dolly Parton lauded his courage in battling illness. Radio stations in Sao Paulo, Tokyo, and Stockholm devoted entire days to Sabbath deep cuts and Ozzy's solo hits. Streaming platforms reported unprecedented spikes in plays. Murals honoring Ozzy appeared overnight in cities from Birmingham to Buenos Aires, testifying to his global resonance. Beyond music, a cultural touchstone. Ozzy's influence rippled far beyond riffs. Comic book writers cast him as a gothic hero in Ozzy and the Order of the Black Sabbath. Video game developers immortalized his persona in Guitar Hero, Warriors of Rock, complete with his on-stage quips. Fashion houses integrated his leather and stud aesthetic into runway collections. Streetwear brands launched t-shirts emblazoned with his caricatures. Vinyl collectors hunted rare picture discs featuring Ozzy's private watercolors, moody landscapes with skeletal trees and storm-lashed skies. Art museums prepared posthumous exhibitions, titled Shades of Darkness, to display his canvases alongside stage costumes and lyric manuscripts. Curators hailed his paintings as outsider art, offering new insight into the introspective side of a showman famed for spectacle. Even the culinary world toasted his memory. British pubs launched Paranoid Pints, smoky whiskey cocktails, and Tokyo cafes served Crazy Train pastries, black cocoa buns drizzled with neon pink icing. The Osbourne legacy, preservation and philanthropy. In the wake of his passing, Sharon and their children have mobilized to preserve Ozzy's impact. In spring 2026, the Ozzy, The Art and Soul of Darkness exhibition will debut at Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery before touring globally, showcasing his paintings, costumes, and lyric notebooks in immersive audio-visual installations. Elliot Osbourne's documentary, Behind the Darkness, will premiere on major streaming platforms, drawing from unreleased archives for an intimate portrait of the man behind the myth. Kelly Osbourne, partnering with Live Nation, announced the Ozzy Rising tribute concert series, spotlighting young, genre-defying artists. Proceeds will endow the Ozzy Osbourne Music Scholarship, supporting emerging musicians who, like Ozzy, defy convention. Philanthropically, the Osbourne Wellness Fund will expand grants to children's hospitals, veteran mental health programs, and Parkinson's research foundations. Sharon's collaboration with biotech firms aims to develop a smart glove to counter tremors, a fitting legacy to a man who fought every day for the chance to sing. An eternal echo, Ozzy's undying influence. Ozzy Osbourne's journey, from council house childhood amid Birmingham's coal smoke to global rock superstardom, represents rock and roll's paradox, that chaos can birth creativity, and that vulnerability can forge connection. He gave voice to society's darkest anxieties, challenged taboos, and transformed personal demons into universal anthems. He lived at the edge, yet his music always offered a lifeline. In memoirs, documentaries, and scholarly studies, Ozzy will be celebrated as a pioneer, a showman, and a survivor. Yet his truest legacy lies in the lives he touched, the teenager who learned Crazy Train riffs in a basement, the patient in a Parkinson's clinic uplifted by his openness, the family around a campfire singing Sabbath songs as a balm against life's storms. Though the Prince of Darkness has drawn his final bow, his thunder echoes on, in every power chord, every chorus sung in unison, and every artist lighting the way with fearless self-expression. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Your spirit remains forever loud.